What's going on, everybody? How are you doing?
Woo! Rock and roll.
Welcome to the KBKL podcast, Week 5 review, first peek in Week 6 through 10. I'm your host, CJ Cobra Kai, here with not Matt Papa Pryor, but Ben Hutnick.
Ben Unorthodox to your right. This is the first official Skeleton Crew Sausage Fest podcast.
Yeah, pretty much for the most part. And then we got Aaron Airbear Adams.
I don't have a sausage.
Okay.
That's not what I heard.
And last but certainly not least, we have Jason Cougar Huang.
As an Asian, I'm apologized. We created Pokemon. I'm ashamed.
Yeah, you should be.
Terrible.
As you should be.
Pokezone.
Anyway, we are coming to you live from the Jazz House, 926 and a half Mass. On Tuesdays, $2.50 almost anything. Perfect for after tacos and or coming to listen to the podcast.
Woo, thank you, Rick.
Okay.
Thanks,
yeah.
Rick.
Thanks, Rick.
Yeah, thank you, Rick. This week's sponsor is Sano Massage and Wellness. Aaron?
SanoMassage.com. They're really close to Holcomb, so Holcomb behind Office Depot. They will be offering discount massages for the rest of the season, $50 an hour. You can book massages for 30, 60, and 90 minutes, and they specialize in deep tissue and other sports therapy massages. It's 3 ladies that work at that place. One of the owners, or the only owner, excuse me, is Amy, and she came to the Girl and Girl Clinic this past Saturday and did $1 a minute massages and had a great time. One of her employees came out as well and had such a good time she joined a team. She's now on the Rockets. Woo,
Nice.
Thanks, Thea.
There we go.
So she's now an official KVKler thanks to that. And their other girl is Jessica, and she is a yoga nerd, so she knows how to find your core muscle pains.
Okay.
2201 West 25th Street, Suite H. She gave me, I got a massage.
SanoMassage.com. And if you have any other questions, call her at 75-393-8927.
I got just a 10-minute from her after the Girl on Girl Clinic, and she fixed a back problem I've been having for a week.
Right? She's
So
amazing.
I think,
Magic hands.
yeah, Sano Massage, where every ending is a happy ending.
Also, listen to the podcast live on Mixler if you aren't able to make it to the Jazz House. Okay, there we go. Now that we got that out of the way.
Cleanup
right.
crew.
Oh, damn it. Cleanup crew this week. Los Matadors, Squids, and DeHoles. So, good luck, guys. If you want to sell food at Game of the Week, contact Matt Pryor.
And please contact Matt Pryor if you're going to give away food at Game of the Week, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to organize this shit, people.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you want to do the scoreboard, contact Ben Wright.
Yeah.
As
Volunteers.
always, people, no glass.
No glass.
Duh.
No glass. We shouldn't have to remind you every fucking week.
Giant bottles of whiskey
Come on,
are in
guys.
glass.
Yeah, somebody broke a big bottle of JMO.
And it wasn't a lion.
Wasn't
person?
me.
No,
No,
it wasn't.
not-
It wasn't.
Red
It was not a
Lion.
red lion
I hate
person?
whiskey.
Oh, my God.
They don't break
Okay.
bottles until they're empty.
Ugh.
Anyways, yeah, no glass, only cans. Don't be a glass hole. Just bring cans. All right. Going on to games this week. YSC 1, 5 o'clock. Rats 3. Hertz done at D-Holes 22.
There you go.
Alex Hallman, you want to come and talk about this game?
Da-da, da-da. Da-da-da-da-da.
No shutout, huh?
You walk
Yeah,
around
No
with a leg.
shutout, yeah.
Did
Wait,
Cougar
what
call a
the hell?
shutout 2 weeks ago?
I think Cougar did
No.
call a shutout.
We wanted a shutout on it, but we lit it up. Yeah, it was windy, wind out. It was lots of really good line drive kicks by pretty much the entire order. Not much else from an offensive standpoint. I will say that the ladies on our team pretty much killed it. Megan was 5 of 5. Drove in like 5 or 6 runs
Wow.
overall.
Ooh, ladies.
Wow.
She did like a quarter of our scoring. It was great.
Nice.
You don't deserve her.
I don't. She's so much better than I am. Top of the lineup, still trucking along. Rats played great. They were running short on people. Had to bring in a new guy. Put him in left field. He did all right. He caught balls that came out to him. Got on base. But yeah, they didn't have Seth. They were short a couple people. A little bit of a struggle.
I think that was trending this week also.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing looks like an 8-hitter or something like that. And every single person on your team scored.
Yep.
Congrats.
Yeah,
Yay.
good job. All right, YSC 1, 7 o'clock. Corksuckers, 28. Bad News Bagels, ouch, 7.
On the
Not
plus
worse for the
side,
day.
the gauntlet that is one of the shittier divisions is over for the Bagels now.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
How did they win a game? Anyway,
They'd be repetition
Hammond,
coffee.
did you ref this game?
I did.
Okay,
I ref this game.
fill us in.
There were home runs by Clint and 2 other people from Corksuckers. I can't remember who
Okay.
it was. Again, ladies killed it in this game. Ladies, there was several people from the Corksuckers, several ladies from the Corksuckers that were on like every single time that they kicked.
Yeah.
Overall, it was just a comedy of errors on Bagel's parts.
Okay.
That's really, really what it was.
So basically the story of their season.
Pretty much the story of their
Yeah.
season. Yeah.
It's really odd, you know. All the people on the Bagels seem really nice, but this game was 13-5 in the 5th, which is not awful. And then,
Just kind of went
yeah,
off
the
from there.
last 4 innings, they just scored a shitload. I think they were mad
this
about
is
it.
a personal opinion, but based upon what I saw on the field, if the center fielder from Bagels, I think his name was Drew, was on my team, I would have benched his ass. Because he was running around trying to catch balls with a beer in his hand, like while you're losing 13-5. I mean, come on, try and play.
Sometimes you
suppose
gotta
that
play
would help.
slush ball to have fun.
He dove. He tried to dive for balls that he shouldn't have. He ran through other people to try and get balls that he should have. That it wasn't his business to get. So
On the plus side, he probably got drunk, so there's
he
that.
he did get drunk.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Thanks, Alex.
YSC 2, 5 o'clock. Free State Growlers, 11. Red Lion, 5?
Did not see that coming.
Ben?
Ouch.
And
I think
you
some
got?
people saw it coming. Not like a
I
total
didn't.
surprise.
I didn't.
There's-
You guys are plagued with a few injuries.
Well, there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
I'll try to hurry through it, though. So,
Okay.
first,
We got time.
since this is like the ladies' week, let me give a shout out to the ladies on both teams. I think
right.
Wiza was probably the MVP for our team. She was on point on defense. She hero threw somebody out, rounding third, headed home.
Nice.
Pretty awesome.
It's always good when the hero throw works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a gal for Free State, and I think it's Jamie. I can't remember.
We have guys from Free State here.
Yeah,
So.
that's right. Anyway, I can't remember her name, but she kicked one on a rope down the third baseline, and I think scored 2 on it. That girl can mash the ball like crazy.
Talking.
All right, so we have some Free State players here. Go ahead and introduce yourself, guys.
I'm Aaron. I play the right field.
You got to talk into the mic.
I'm Aaron. I play right field.
And I'm Charlie, and I play center field.
Okay, so what do you guys got for us?
This is our 3rd season playing, and that was easily my favorite game I've ever played.
Nice.
It was a
Awesome.
lot of fun. It got chippy between the teams and the refs, and then after the game,
Happens.
we shotgunned a beer on the field.
It's
And I
required.
felt like that's like what kickball's about.
what was the name of that
Definitely
lady
is.
that he was just talking about?
Yeah.
You know.
I
I
think
think
it's
it was
just
Jamie.
yeah,
Jamie
yeah.
Fletcher.
She
Your
plays her bum
your first
block.
gal kicker. She's got a massive boot.
Oh yeah, she played for KU. She's awesome.
Played kickball for KU. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the really good KU kickball team.
Nice.
No, she played soccer, and she's great. I had to convince her to play last year, and I think she's happy she did.
Good.
Awesome.
So, but yeah, that was a great game. Hats off to Red Lion. You guys played hard. That was a fun one.
It was. I enjoyed myself despite all the yammering back and forth.
There was a lot of yammering.
Yeah.
There was a lot of yammering. Like, there were some plays that just took like
Into the mic.
nobody would like stop talking for like 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And it definitely happened a couple times where it's just kind of like, all right, guys, let's play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going. There was, and I think, honestly, there were a lot of issues. And although this is kind of what kickball's about, I think it might have got out of hand. By a
definitely got
little bit by
close.
both teams, maybe. But, I mean, I guess my litmus is like, when Dan Malga's your ref, and he's visibly upset after the game, something's wrong.
The problem.
Oh, absolutely.
wow.
It takes
Yeah,
a lot to get him
like,
angry. It's
yeah.
only happened one other time.
Yeah, there were people on our team that were mouthing off and probably saying inappropriate things. I honestly think that both teams are probably going to get at least a warning here, and I couldn't fault them for it. The weird thing about it is, like, you just have to remember, if you're a captain, you can talk. Don't talk after the play. Certainly don't talk during subsequent plays.
Yep.
And if you're not a captain, then just keep your yap shut. The funniest part about it is that after the game, I think generally, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I think everybody agreed that while both teams disagreed with some of the calls, everybody felt like it kind of evened out in the end. So what the fuck were we arguing about in the first place? It didn't change the outcome. We were losing that game anyway.
On both sides.
Yeah. Which underscores the fact that Free State played great, I thought, and it might be tough against some of those ones, but I could see you guys winning a game or two in that ranked play. So hats off to you guys.
You get a hard road.
Looking forward, I mean, we said this was the biggest game of probably Free State's kickball history, and I mean, we have a goal, top 10 team by the end of the season, and we're going after it. And I mean,
You're most of the way there.
Yeah.
We got
At worst, like 7 or 8.
Yeah. Bunting was on point pretty much all day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
job,
I
guys.
think the top of our lineup scored 8 or 9 out of our 11 runs. So, we're just gonna. It's been working for us.
Yeah, and one of those
Play
later
that
innings,
small ball.
in one of those later innings, Sanchez lined one towards center that just kind of demoralized us, I think. And before that, I can't remember the name of the guy, but we were like trying to play in to cut out the line drives, and we did get beat on that one over the center fielder's head.
That was me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
there you
I
go.
looked up and I was like, first baseman's pretty much bump block. They're all playing on the grass. They don't want. And I was like, Charlie can attest to this. I'm not. Usually when I'm trying to kick it as hard as I can, it just goes straight up.
Yeah.
And I
It's
just.
the best kick he's had all season.
Oh, absolutely. Probably all career, and I just got a hold of it, and I almost caught. My brother was on base, and I almost caught him. So I'm gonna give him crap for almost all season.
It was a great kick at a good time. So maybe just retire now.
Yeah, right.
No, I am moving. So.
End on a high note.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Aaron.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, YSC 2, 7 o'clock. Brew Ballers 5, Woost 7. Anybody watch this one?
I was told that it was a really enjoyable game.
It was. I did the scorekeeping. Nick Lerner was yelling out the fouls for us.
All right. That's what he excels at.
Yeah. Woost had a sweet double play on Paul, and I think it was the third inning. Dan swatted one, tapped one to Jen to get a sweet pop out.
Nice.
Adrian was amazing in this game. If I could just say a couple things. Somebody got injured for the Woost during their first
Escobar?
at bat. What's that?
Escobar?
Yeah. During his first at bat, and even though he was in the middle of the at bat, they said they were okay with Woost just scratching him instead of taking it out and just moved on. Because they
Nice.
still had enough
Nice.
people in the lineup.
Yeah.
And then later on in the game, it was still in doubt, and Adrian came home and just barely got thrown out. Like I think it glanced off his elbow, and the first baseman, Nick wasn't sure. The first baseman saw it, but initially Nick was just looking to me and the first base ref, and Adrian just said, "No, I hit my elbow. I'm out." So eliminating
Nice. Call
any
yourself.
opportunity for any kind of arguing or anything like
Good.
that. So good job, Adrian. That's kind of the way things should be.
Yeah, definitely.
I do know that Stacy from the Woost was playing lights out for them as well.
She was. She had him on lockdown and shortstop, killing it.
Okay. Let's see. We got YSC 3, 5 o'clock. Los Matadores 24, Leafy Greens 2. Anybody got something? All right, Rick is coming up from the lovely Jazz House, 926.5 Massachusetts.
This is very quick. Matadors had a great game. They are clearly in a rebuilding mode, and we've all known Paul Santos for a long time, some of us longer than others. And to see Paul Santos, who we've known as a pretty competitive, eager guy, want to win, he's got a bunch of people on his team who have really no clue what they're doing. And he is so kind and so patient with him. I know you guys, you guys like, what, huh? Santos, really?
I don't believe you.
And you got, right. And you would, and I was just so proud of him because he's like taking the time to explain to them the difference between the infield and the outfield. He sounded a lot like me in a way, and so kudos to Santos. He's being a really good captain, a really patient coach, and they just scored a whole bunch of runs.
All right. right.
I will say Leafy Greens is definitely putting an effort to get better. They're having a really good time coming to Wednesday night scrimmages. They had
Good
some
for them.
people at the Girl and Girl Clinic. They were putting in a lot of reps trying to, get better, and they're taking that knowledge back to their team. So I look forward to seeing them play in the sixes.
All right, Rick, we're going to ask you to stay right there. We got the next game, YSC 3, 7 o'clock. Asteroid Head 7, Jazz House 6.
Subject to change.
Yes, subject to change.
Aaron gave me the don't talk too long because we're in a hurry, so it was a great game. That's all I got to say.
Oh, come on. You can say more than that if you want to.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. It was awesome. Okay, he mentioned the ladies. I just have one quick itty-bitty story, and then I'll let it go.
Okay.
But my girls, who are brand new, 4 out of 5 of them, never played before, but they're terrific athletes. We've worked with them on lots and lots of stuff. And in the game had just been going on, and Sarah Weissel and Megan Hartman were sitting behind the dugout watching them kick, and then they start yelling at me, Rick, come here. I'm like, oh, Jesus, okay, what do you guys want, And she said, and they were both like, the girls are kicking so far behind the plate. They're kicking like 6 feet behind the plate. You need to tell them to move up closer. Well, we have worked on this in practice in games, but I feel like I've given them so much input that it's just hard for them to just process everything. So when we came back up to bat the next time, I said, girls, come here. And so I brought them all over and said, this is Sarah and Megan. They're amazing, and they want to talk to you. And so the girls were like, oh, okay. And then I ran back, and I assumed that they said Sarah and Megan told them what they told me. And then Stephanie, one of the girls, comes up to bat right away. She walks up, she stands 6 inches behind home plate, gives it a little tap, and with her rocket speed was on base easy. Sarah and Megan are high-fiving each other behind the dugout. It was really great. I went back there and I said, thanks, you guys. And I said, see, it worked. And I said, oh, those girls are so great, and they're so coachable. They get better every week.
Good.
And then,
That's awesome.
And then I looked at Sarah, and I said, and aren't they just adorable? And Sarah said, they're like puppies.
Thank you, Rick.
And that's that.
Ladies helping ladies is what this week is all about. Thank you, Rick.
All right, YSC 4, 5 o'clock. Redlegs 4, Happy Shirt 13.
Well, yet again, they don't lose in pool play, and they, at Red Legs, there was really a threat. They want to be picked in the Red Legs to, threat to beat Happy
Yeah.
Shirt.
They're definitely a threat. They're a very good team.
Well, as far as
Yeah.
Happy Shirt,
This
they're
game-
not.
It kind of went with conventional wisdom when we were talking about it 2 weeks ago, and that's pretty much what happened. Happy Shirt went up 9-0, and then Red Legs didn't score until the 7th, it looks like. So they went ahead early and held on. So Red Legs has been, coming back on teams all year. It's just against maybe the best team in the league. They weren't able to do it.
They're going to do really well in the 2 seeds.
Yeah.
It should be fine. All right, YSC 4, 7 o'clock. Ghosts 5, Wildman 15.
I noticed there's no ghosts here tonight.
Yeah,
You
There
killed
were a
them.
few of them here last week, weren't there?
there usually are quite a few.
Yeah, they are. Ooh, ghosts.
What happened here, CJ? You guys scored less than 20 runs.
Yeah, I know. We definitely played.
You didn't get the
I mean-
memo from Channel 6?
No,
No?
we didn't hear. We got nothing about that. No, it was more. We went up. I think it was 11-3 or 4 after like 4 innings.
Yeah.
So we knew that we had the division for all intents and purposes locked up. So we didn't feel the need to just.
You didn't take
Kill
advantage
'em.
of the short fence?
Yeah, we
So-
wanted to. We definitely had a few people that wanted to kick towards the short fence, but their defense wasn't bad. We definitely had ladies playing out there. We had 5 ladies at one point playing out there for us, so
Nice.
it was. And we had a lot of players playing out of position. So it
Wild
was just
man
kind of
going
a-
all Red Lion on this thing.
You don't play handball?
Yeah,
You guys
I
are
think-
coming along nicely.
I think it was more just like we had the division locked up, no sense in just like
Yeah.
going out and going balls to the wall.
Yep, I appreciate that.
Let's see. We got.
Shout out to Keating, though. She called this final score a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah,
she
she
said
did.
15-5.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. That was awesome. Holcomb left, 5 o'clock. Screamers 13, Poshwash 16. Wow, that's a high-scoring game.
Yeah, we had the wind coming in and kicking it out in the outfield was pretty simple. So we had a whole lot of, load the bases and kick away and run them in. Both teams were doing it. It was really fun. We had a really fun game. We did have a Yet another popped ball in our game. That's, I think, the third
Really?
one for our team. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But other than that, it was a really fun game, and it was just so hot.
Is that why it was high scoring, because it was so hot?
No, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I had a good time. Anybody? We got a couple screamers in the audience.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
You want to come scream at us?
Do you guys want to come scream at us? No? No?
No. Okay.
Here? No? Yeah?
Come on, yeah,
Okay.
come on,
Come
come
on, Chelsea.
Don't be shy.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Chelsea's, that's fair. That's fair. Chelsea wants to save it for the ladies'
All
podcast.
right.
I can
Oh,
appreciate
no.
that.
Fine.
Fine, Chelsea.
That's a good call.
But it
yeah.
was a really fun game. It was just stupid hot. I'm sure everybody who played at 5 o'clock agrees with me that that wind was a hindrance and a blessing. Oh yeah, my team has a puppy. It's adorable.
Okay.
His name is Tucker.
Tucker. Where's you getting biscuits? Okay.
It's like
Holcomb left,
two puppies
7
in 3
o'clock.
games.
Ladybird Harpies 4, Go Ats 21.
You know, I don't know. We got Grant here.
Grant,
Yeah,
Come on,
Grant.
Grant.
Grant, get over here.
Come on, kiddo.
Don't be shy.
it's
I was
just a
gonna- I
mic.
was
You're
gonna say,
21
since-
now. Come and
Yeah,
be
you
in
can
the
talk
bar
to the
with
mic.
us.
It's
Since
okay.
Pryor
Grant.
and
make sure you
Stewart
talk
are both
into the
gone,
microphone.
we should say
Grant.
fuck it and skip
Talk
this
into
whole
the mic
game.
like
Talk into the microphone. That's far away.
Yeah, I don't know. It was not exactly, I think, the way we planned out going out there. Just 8 innings of no scores, and them just kind of just hitting the perfect places out there, finding the perfect holes, and then we came back in the last inning and scored 4, and that was fun. But I wish we played a little different that whole game.
Yeah.
But
I may have heard that the goats were kind of sad that they didn't shut you out. They were hoping for a
feel like they
shutout.
were.
Yeah. I ran into Scott at the
Oh.
gas station afterwards, and he seemed visibly upset.
They wanted that shutout. I'm glad you didn't give it to them.
Yeah.
I'm very glad too.
So, Grant, can I ask you, because we might talk about this a little bit later, but you seem like you're in a uniquely awesome position to give your opinion on it. So you've played
Thank you.
all 3 teams that finished 4-1 in the division. Muddy Waters, the Goats, and Chalmerses.
Yep.
Who do you think is the best out of the 3?
Oh man. Man. Well, I think score-wise, the Goats had the most points on us, and but we played the Chalmerses in the first week, and it was a very just casual first game for them. Kind of just.
What's it? Pick one, Grant.
If I had to pick one, I gotta say the Chalmerses.
All right.
All right.
I
Yeah.
say the Chalmerses.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
I don't know. I play the same teams as you did, as Grant. That I got a slight edge to Muddy Waters. A slight edge.
Okay.
So, yeah. So,
Slight edge.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I don't know,
you can't
Stacy,
really
raise
say
the
that
gentleman.
anymore.
He's being very polite to all the other teams. Good job.
Yeah.
So long as everybody's still dumping on Scott since he's not here.
Yeah.
Definitely not the goats, right?
All right. Holcomb
Grant.
right, 5 o'clock. Nick Lerner's homies, 5. Chalmers is 11.
We did not get shut out. Thank goodness.
That's actually pretty decent showing there.
No,
Craig.
it was. You know,
That's not bad at all.
We scored one at the top of the inning, and that's pretty much it there.
Respectable, man. That's
It
a
was respectable,
game.
yeah. Chalmers didn't play as well as they like. What's funny is that when on the play going to second base by Jeff Hauber, he threw to second.
He sucks.
He puts up with Cougars, so he's obviously a saint.
Yeah,
No,
it's
he
true.
sucks.
It's true. And then, unfortunately, 2 of the ladies, for what reason, they crowded second base, and the Bronco was running to second base and tripped over one of them, and it fell on over. I think he's fine. He fell on his tailbone, which I'm sure it hurts now.
Yeah,
and
which-
then, afterwards, after he was out, they actually rose up to the occasion and scored 2 or 3 runs. So that's kind of interesting that after an injury, they scored some runs there. I'm sure Derek has more input. He's reffed.
Yes, I reffed that game, and kudos to the homies. They came out swinging. I think Cougar yourself had you were kicking pretty good.
2 for 4.
2 for 4, yeah.
Hey, it's
One
500, man.
fielder's choice.
What's your big third baseman's name? Is that Jeff?
That's Jeff.
Jeff.
That's Jeff.
He
had
sucks.
He does. He actually he bunted a couple times, and then I think you finally had some people on. I think 1 and 2 loaded, and he just crushed one center field. Burn Subaru.
Yeah.
He still sucks, though.
I'm just giving
He got me home. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how
Cougar-
good his kick was. He got me home from
Cougars,
first.
big sweaty ass round in third base, huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
I was huffing.
Swarthy Cougar rounding the bases.
But we had wind pushing for left to right, and
Yeah.
it definitely messed the outfielders up just a little bit. But you guys came out tough. But yeah, after that injury, definitely they kind of rallied and
They did.
Yeah.
they were like, oh, no more of
Gradual.
this. So.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
It's not they got
Okay.
mad. It's just they basically got more of their attention.
Yeah,
They
tightened their ties up.
Yep. Yep.
All right, guys. Holcomb Gold. Wait, where are we at? Holcomb Ride, 7
Holcomb
o'clock.
Ride.
Merchants of Death, 11. Johnny's Tavern, 3. Derek?
I played this game, obviously. Our team,
Did you?
yeah, I did. Our team came out and we pretty much played our game. Johnny's, like everybody said, they got a lot of great talent. They need to stitch.
Once they get strategy, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, they just need to stitch some of their players together a little bit better. Like they have some really fast guys, but you know they were power button right to me, and like I wouldn't even have to take a step. You know, solid third to
You
third.
need to harness their strength, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a little bunt focusing.
exactly. I mean, like they have the skill and talent to be there. It's just that hard first year learning curve.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those guys, I would imagine, were still on that the fall ball team that played KU
Few
rugby.
of them, yeah.
I mean, you
So-
got Wag, you got Cody, you got Tim.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of fast people, and just Lagali, Lauren, she was killing that pitcher.
I think there's
you
a
just
certain
gotta,
measurement of shoulder width that you have to play on their team as well.
And body
Like,
fat.
They are definitely the
low
the
index
broadest
body
team
fat
in
and
the
broad
league.
shoulders, so you
Yeah.
can't play.
So, but
They lead the league.
I
in
think
that.
next year they'll be better for it. I think they're going
I
to kill
agree.
it in the
Yeah.
sixes. So
Yeah.
I think so too. Holcomb Gold, 5 o'clock. Grandstand 2, Channel 6.
Don't even say it.
Enough.
A lot.
48.
48.
48.
And we were talking last week about how whether it was possible to
can I-
score 40 runs.
Yeah.
Now
I
we
called
know.
them.
Apparently
I
they were
called
listening.
40
Yeah.
runs.
You know what? Actually,
I called the 40 spot.
if
by
you
the way.
look
did.
at you have the score sheet in front of you. If you look at it, they didn't bat around or anything like that. They scored 5 and 6, and I think the highest scoring inning was 8 or 9, which is still a lot. But they never.
That's still batting around though.
But that's what I'm saying. Like every inning, they never scored more than 10 in an inning. So it took the whole game to add up to that. And Grandstand did score early in the game. Like they scored a lot every inning. They didn't just do it all early on. A lot of teams will go through the lineup multiple times in the first couple of innings and bump up the score early on, and then just kind of putz around.
So you're saying they politely scored 48
Yes.
runs?
Yeah, they scored 48 in the most polite fashion
Yes,
possible.
I think they did. And
Granted,
Chris-
I have nothing to talk about because I can't say anything because I played in a game that was like 34 to 1,
Yeah,
0 earlier this season.
From my point of view, this is Channel 6 looking at the run scored and run differential of Wildman and just like reaching up and snatching away that hate fuck kickball trophy.
Yeah.
But in terms of runs allowed, we definitely won that one because we've only gave up, I think, 11 throughout the first 5 games instead of I think they're over 20. So
No.
suck on that.
Well, and Kristen said she had a lot of fun.
So,
So if the team you beat 48-2 had fun and the birthday boys scored, it's a good game.
Yeah, this goes like super
That's
because she
fine.
posted on the page that they asked if they wanted the mercy rule put in, and she said, "No way, we want to play." I think that's class
Yeah.
act all the way.
Yeah. Because
If
I
I-
definitely played in a game, this is like 8-9 years ago, that it was 36-1 after 5 innings and the team just quit. So it definitely could have got to that level or even
That'll
more.
happen,
So
yeah.
it's fine that the Grandstand wanted to keep playing. More power to them.
Yeah.
Great. So
yep.
just unfortunate that the margin was that great.
If I could say this real quick, what Derek said on Facebook about when the schedule came out, it was said very pointedly. I'd rather be in a game where they don't purposely like drop the balls or basically stupidly run bases, and instead like get their butts beat legitimately. That way they can learn.
Yeah,
Otherwise, if you have to purposely drop the ball and so forth, it basically demeans them. It placates them, thinking, "Oh, we're doing everything purposely just so we can keep you into the game." So, and if you look at other scores there, you look at the Rats, they put 20 runs on grass kickers, and Woos put 26. So, and of course, you have Channel 6 better than both those teams. So the fact about 48, is it really that surprising? I don't think it is.
No, and
No.
I think you're right, but
Yeah.
I think there's also a not very fine line between not being a total dick and not being insulting. And I think
Like, at a
48
certain
runs
point-
is crossing
at a
that
certain
line.
point, you stop bunting, basically.
I don't think
stop bunting and
anyone's
taking extra
100% a
bases.
dick.
That's
They're kicking
Yeah,
away.
no,
They run
that's-
twice, I heard. Seventh
in
inning.
my eyes, that's completely fine because
Yeah.
you're not bunting,
Yeah.
you're not trying to take 2 or 3 extra bases at a time. So,
Yeah.
Anyways,
anyways, moving on.
it's impressive.
Holcomb Gold, 7 o'clock. Sacred Sword, or Sacred S Word, actually. 25, repetition 10.
Yeah,
Anybody
that
got
was-
anything on this one?
I watched that game for a little bit. Sacred Sword was playing Sacred Sword Kickball. They were doing a really good job at doing it.
Bun,
And-
bun, bun kick.
Yeah, and Repetition was actually playing 5 ladies in the field.
Or was that out of
left.
necessity?
I don't know. I think it was necessity. They played with 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So they played left field, right field, shortstop, second, and pitcher was ladies. And they had a guy in center and a guy at rover behind second base as well. It was kind of a weird position. Anyways, they scored 10. They did a good job. It was when the little bit I did have time to watch was fun to watch. I saw the ladies playing well and the men letting the ladies play, so I liked it.
Yeah, those kids can kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting to see what they do on the sixes because I could
Yeah.
see them. I haven't even really seen Johnny's play.
It was
but-
just a couple drop balls for repetition
Yeah.
at crucial points that let that score get that high.
Yeah, I mean, of the 3 new teams, the scores would indicate anyway that they seem to be coming along the quickest.
Yeah.
If you exclude Red Legs.
But how about Sacred Sword? Like starting
Yeah.
so slow and just
Yeah.
getting their asses kicked the first week.
Yeah, I told you guys after that week 2 game when we played them, they're not as bad as the score that
scoreline would
first week
indicate?
would indicate. Yeah, and they
yes.
just after that they completely turned it around and
Yeah,
just been killing people.
definitely.
Yeah.
They beat Corksuckers in week 4, so you know.
Yeah, I'd
sure
be
they're better.
worried about facing them in the ranked play. I think.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Hobbs Park, 5 o'clock. Bringing back the old 5 o'clock game at Hobbs. Muddy Waters, 5. Muddy Waters, 15.
Yes.
Leeway Franks, 5.
Yes.
Subject to official confirmation due to not finding Muddy Waters' score sheet.
We'll
yeah,
find it.
What?
It's out there.
it's out there somewhere.
Yeah.
It got shuffled.
Anybody got anything on this game?
Well, if I can give a quick shout out to Leeway Franks for doing the scoreboard all the time. Those guys
All
are
the
killing
time.
it out there.
Thank you,
Sweet.
T. Thank you.
Anybody
Yeah,
else?
Thanks, Taylor.
Do you want to talk about your game or you want to watch baseball? It was fun.
It was
All right.
fun.
Thank
That's the
you,
official
sir.
line.
Taylor says it's fun. Back to the game.
Taylor.
All right. Hobbs Park, 7 o'clock. Rockets, 18. Liberty Hall, late fees, 11.
That score surprises me.
It's a good
That
bit
is
of run
very
scored in this
surprising to
game.
me, yeah.
I'm
Seems
not
high- it seems
surprised
high.
by the fact that Rockets won. I'm surprised it's a little high scoring.
Yeah, both teams. I'm surprised the score was that high for both teams.
Yeah.
Well, the Rockets can kick. I guess I'm not too surprised about that. And remember, there was that barbecue beforehand.
Oh, that's right. So, yeah, that added to everybody's fun factor.
Right, exactly.
There you go.
So, yeah. Is that
We'll
it?
talk more about these games tomorrow, I'm sure.
Okay. Hobbs Park, game of the week, 9 o'clock. Love Garden Squids, 4. Kansas Tree Care, 10. I'm not that surprised.
I'm not either. Love Guard had the advantage early after 2 miscues against KTC.
Yeah.
Once was an errant throw by Lewis, going to first base, allowed the score run.
Surprising to watch.
The other one was a pop fly weekly by Lewis to Aaron Canchola, who's playing short rover at second. And for some reason, Alex McKee thought he can, tag from second to third that short, and of course he got tagged out there. And I thought, that may spill some issues there. But then, credit to KTC, they rallied around. There was a kick over to third, and then somehow it sailed way over Rob Z's head, and then 2 of the ladies actually scored for KTC and made it 5-3. And then afterwards, it was Love Garden, made some errors out there. There was a drop ball in left field. I believe that was Jake. I know that's a tough catch, but if you ask him, he says, I make those catches 9 out of 10, no problem, and all that. He dropped that. It was a ball that went in front of Dave McChristy that got by him. He probably shouldn't have dove. And some other miscues by Love Garden that allowed KTC to get some runs, including, there was one of those interference calls where Aaron Kitchell got into Kenny's way. He stumbled, and he tried to get third to home. He got tagged out, and, of course, I call interference. He got a safe at home.
So who was the lady who got hurt for
Lauren Adams.
Lauren Adams, right.
Man. So what happened? Did she mess up her
pulled,
ankle or she pulled
hamstring.
hamstring?
Hamstring. So she's probably going to be out for a couple of weeks, but she's an athlete. I went to high school with her. She's going to heal up and be better than ever.
If there is a silver lining there, I think she helped us find a hole in the rules, which is why it took so long to figure that crap out.
Definitely. Does anybody want to talk about that part of it? Like Cougar,
Yeah.
what was the discussion
What
about?
happened with the discussion is where do you put, Nicole Jameson hasn't kicked yet. She split kicks with Kathy. So I'm like, okay, who replaces Lauren Adams at second base and she got to be scratched with the hammy? It's like, okay, so does she run for her? I guess so. But where do you put Nicole Jameson on the lineup? Do you put her up there to replace Lauren Adams as she was batting 5th on the lineup? They thought, oh, just do that. But then the lineup there, right there, if you're split kicking on a spot, you put that person at the bottom of the lineup.
Yep.
And here's what's interesting about that. So Nicole Jameson, she's at second base. And I guess she's the bottom of the lineup. She's like 2 batters away.
Yep.
So runners are second and third. I believe it was Nick that was kicking.
But I always thought, like, when you put the pinch runner on, that it's the person before them in the lineup.
The thing about to my knowledge, I do not believe we have official written rule on that.
But I
in
thought we
KBKL
defaulted
rules,
to
and that defaults
baseball.
to Major League Baseball
In
rules.
baseball,
Right.
you do that.
Right.
Maybe because it has to be a lady runner there. That's why
Right.
they're a
Right.
little more.
The
that's
problem,
what
the
made it
problem is
trickier.
there's no
That's true.
direct parallel.
You have to be a
because
lady
it's gotta
runner.
be
That's
So
why
lady
Nicole
I
had
think
to
this is
come up.
something that we will work
Yeah.
on in the off season.
And you know what's funny about that, real quick, is that there was runner second, third. Nicole was at third, and next batter was Nick, and that means she's up next.
Yeah, she was in the hole,
She
basically.
was on deck. She was on deck when she was on third base.
Luckily, she scored.
And she scored. The kick was going to Spencer. And of course, hindsight's one day. Had Spencer held on to the ball and not tried to throw it the first and throw it, and Nicole was held at
Yeah,
third,
that's true.
that means Nicole went up the bat.
That would've been a
She
forced
can't.
out.
That'd been an automatic out. Of course,
Yep.
Spencer, you
Yeah.
don't think about that. Hindsight's 2020. So I thought
Yeah.
that was really odd.
In the end, it worked out.
It worked out. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
This is-
basically what was done was we gave this the best chance to not be more fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is definitely something that we'll work on in the off season. As you know, we will not change or adjust any rules during the season. So it's just something we'll have to look at and work on in the off season.
Yep.
Okay, now that we got those out of the way, want to give a shout out to Rick in the Jazz House, 926 and a half Massachusetts. Also to our sponsor, Santa Massage and Wellness.
Yeah.
2201 West 25th Street, Suite H, santamassage.com. If you have any questions, call them at 785-393-8927.
Don't forget that now through the end of the season, if you book a massage, it's only $50 an hour. That's a pretty good discount. And
Yeah.
trust me, if you have any aches and pains from Kickball, Amy will fix it. Her ladies are amazing.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting
Get out there and
mine.
let her touch you with her hands.
Girls with the magic hands.
That's right.
Okay, now that we got all the recaps out of the way, we're going to go to discussion questions.
All right.
First discussion question. Were there any division winners that you saw as kind of a surprise?
Division,
You know-
like who won? No,
Division
division.
winners.
Like John Brown's a division.
I think I think what's people maybe not surprised me because I picked them is that the Amelia Earhart but Muddy Waters winning the division.
Yeah.
I was surprised by that.
Even though I picked them to win that division, me and Kathy did
Yeah.
prior to seeing people. Oh, Mario Chalmers and Mario Chalmers. Like, you know what? I think they're going to steal it. So while others are surprised, like
They
you know,
did by a run.
by a run exactly the tiebreaker.
Free State's obviously a surprise for me.
Yeah, Free State's a
State,
surprise,
but I think
yeah.
Muddy Waters out of that, like I definitely had Chalmers as kind of a head and shoulders above the rest, the
Most people
goats
did.
in
Yeah.
Muddy Waters.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, Free State's another
Yeah.
one you think, they're a good team. Maybe they're a two. Red Line because of the way they've done the past 2 years in the postseason and the division. Think, okay,
Yeah.
that's a good way for them to win the division.
Mm-hmm.
And well, Free State Growlers, credit to those guys. They snuck up on Red Lion, injured or not, and stole the ones. So
Ben?
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think most of the rest of them seemed like they were pretty much what people expected.
Yeah.
I think, at the beginning of the season, I thought maybe Tree Care and Love Garden would be a little closer than the final score this last game indicated. But
Yeah.
Tree Care has only gotten better as the season has gone on.
That's
They're-
true.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, whereas at the beginning of the season, first couple games especially, like it was mostly just the top of their lineup coming through.
Yeah.
Now, as games have gone on, more and more the bottom half is starting to chip in. That's going to make them really dangerous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Aaron, anything?
No, I agree. Muddy Waters and Free State were both definitely surprises for me. I thought for sure it would be Red Lion and just destroying the Darren Belt, and I thought that Chalmers' had Amelia Earhart wrapped up. So it was, and considering Chalmers' Muddy Waters and Goats all ended 4-1, just close games beating each other.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not terribly disappointing, but it's just still very surprising.
Yeah.
Oh, what might have been.
Yeah. All right, next one. Will any team in the top two tiers go 5-0? Cougar.
top two.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy shirt.
We can put a little puppet in
Happy
his,
shirt? Okay.
Let's just put a puppet
quick.
in his back and
Okay.
say happy shirt
No,
every
because
time
the
you
thing
ask
is,
a
like,
question.
here's the
like
thing.
that.
It's like another thing about I told a pool play they haven't lost in like 10 years. They've only lost once in ranked play. Only once. Even against
Das
the
Boot.
powerhouse Das Boot back in 2010, 2011, I believe. I have to check my notes there. But even against the powerhouse back in the day of Love Guard, your Wildman Attack Squad, Starboard Barracudas,
Squad.
Channel 6 these past 2 years.
Attack Force.
Happy Shirt, they find a way to basically win in the ones.
Okay.
They find a way, so.
You know what, Cougar? I'll take that bet.
Oh.
Ben, what do you think?
I don't think so. I think everybody's going to have at least one loss there.
Yeah, I
In
like
pool one?
Yeah.
Yeah, pool 1 and 2,
Yeah,
both of them.
pool 1 and 2. Cosgrove and I were talking about this. Like, he definitely thought that no team was going to go undefeated. Like, no team was going to go 5-0 in the second half of the season. And I before rank play was announced, I thought the same thing. Now that the rank play schedule has been out,
Yeah.
I definitely don't think it's.
But here's the thing: over years past, when Happy Shirt was in it, did you think that they were going to go undefeated and eat those ranked plays in previous years?
Most likely, yeah.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
So
see,
why is it changed this year? It's like
They got to play
Us-
5 teams.
you guys over the
Us
you guys over the
top 5
continent.
teams.
We are better than we were last year.
Oh,
Channel
you are,
6
you are.
is better
True.
than they were last year, and
Tree
they,
Care.
I mean, they beat us for the most part.
Tree
handily.
Care is better than they were last
Tree
year.
Care is better than they were last
Yeah.
year. Like there's
And they have to play
no way.
5 of those games instead of just 3.
5 of those games in 4 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that last week is going to be grueling.
Yeah.
So that's why I say that. Like I just don't think that any
don't see
team
it?
is going to go 5-0.
So the challenge is out there to Happy Shirt.
Yeah,
If anybody can do it, they can
laying
do it.
down
They
there
can
for
do
them.
it.
I'm sure they're sitting there just stewing
Yeah.
and saying, "CJ's an asshole."
Yeah.
but
I doubt they listen to this. They're,
they do.
They're
They
too
do.
busy.
They do. They do.
They do? No,
they
they
do.
don't.
They do.
What?
Yes, they do.
Especially Tyler, especially him. No.
Well, he's taking notes. It's part of the system.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Next question. What game or games in each tier, so you can pick whatever game, are you looking forward to?
Which games?
Through week 6 through 10. Man,
Like,
I haven't thought that far
I
ahead
haven't
yet.
thought that far ahead. Really?
I sent the questions to you, like, today, but other than you.
That's still a lot of games to go through.
Dude, I sent them to you like a whole 5 minutes ago. What?
Yeah. Dicks.
I do want to see Leafy Greens play repetition.
That
I
one
wanna
was,
see-
yeah, that one's mine.
I mean,
Everyone wants to talk about it. Yeah.
That's going to be the 5 o'clock game at YSC 7, August 7th. So it's towards the end, but I want to see the new teams against each other.
Yeah, I also
think
want to
it'd be
see
fun.
Grandstand play those teams, like
Yeah.
Grandstand, Leafy Greens. I think
Yeah.
that could be
Those will be
in
really
the
fun
running for most
games.
fun game of the year.
I mean, some people don't think that that those games will be
I
exciting,
have
but I
one for
think they will
each
be.
tier. If you guys want me to go down, like
Go
I'll
for
go
it.
down my
Please
list.
do. Please do.
Hey, you're prepared.
Go ahead. Please do.
Happy Shirt versus Channel 6, which is week
Agreed.
8.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Like I want to see that one in.
Yep.
Everybody wants to
That's
see
in
that one.
rank play one, rank pool 1, rank
The
pool
quotation
2.
marks rematch.
Yes. Rank play 2, Red Lion versus Squids. That's the doubleheader week. It's subject to change because of shit that's going on. Rank pool 3, Chalmers is versus Das Boot, which is this week.
With
I want
Yeah.
to see that one.
That's
a
their
good
biggest
one, yeah.
challenge in
That's-
rank
Yeah,
3.
that's their
this
biggest
week at
challenge in
7.
weight.
Yeah.
So there we go. In rank pool 4, Los Matadores versus the Harpies. I want to see that game because I
Interesting.
really do think that Harpies have a fucking chance at winning this one.
They do
Yeah.
now. Yeah, they
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
I
Yeah.
really do
Yeah,
think they
do.
can win this one.
Yeah.
And then rank pool 5, Late Fees versus Where's My Pitches.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That one's going to be a good one. That's during the doubleheader week.
Yeah.
And then in rank pool 6, Leafy Greens versus Repetition, which we already said.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
There's
That's-
going to be a lot of really good, interesting matchups now that we got so many weeks of close teams too.
Yeah.
Like all those, it'll be interesting to see how Johnny's fares against those other bottom teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That last week at YSC 1, 2, 3, where the top 12 teams are all playing during a 6-hour period, 2 games each is going to just be incredibly.
But nobody's at a disadvantage. Everybody's playing a doubleheader.
Right,
so.
but I mean, there's other ones too. It's like I'm kind of interested to see how Sacred Sword does against Boot, Merchants, and some of those other teams because the Durant Belt division was probably one of the weaker ones, but at the same time, they really came on strong those last few weeks. So
Yeah.
I think
2 more that I want to see. Muddy Waters versus not Channel 6, but Free State. simply
Yeah,
because like
maybe even
Yeah, it'd be
that.
good.
I think,
it's-
I
Defense
agree.
versus offense.
I hate to tell you, everybody, I think those are the two teams that most likely probably the bottom tier, the tier one. Sorry, Free State guys, but like I
Yeah.
think they're gonna probably the ones who's a little bit like not to get swept in the ones is the match between Muddy Waters and Free State.
That's not even really a knock on them. It's more
Yeah,
just like the other four
it's just
teams.
tough, yeah.
Everybody expected them
Strong.
to be
It's
there.
just strong, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
As much as I love the division being broken up 5 and 5, there's something to be said for the 7 and 3 that we had. When you play the 7 pool and the 3
Yeah.
rank, you get a better like grouping of the 3 teams that are more apt to play each other.
Yep.
So this
I
is
agree.
a little different. Everything's broken
But
up a little
it's
different.
like one of those teams, things that like, especially if you're in the top tier, like you want to challenge yourself. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter that
Sure.
much
Right.
if you go 0-5. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a blow to the ego, but
Yeah.
like for the
Yeah.
most part, in the long run, it'll
Yeah.
help you out. And then in rank pool 2, the other game that I want to see is Redlegs versus Goats. Simply
Oh.
because we have Finley, who's a former goat,
Yep.
taking on the team, and Lath also, who was a
Lath,
former goat.
yeah.
Or what Red Legs and Rockets. That too, because
That too,
Finley used
yeah.
to play the Rockets.
Well,
yeah.
that's a game of the week, so everybody will see that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, the rank 1 games are going to be
killer.
incredible. The rank 2 games are just going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, they will be.
Yeah.
So it's like sweet bitter for Free State, bittersweet for Red Lion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, okay, this is just an over-under question. Since Chalmers is, as we know, are in the 3 seed,
Oh yeah, this thing.
in the 3 tier, over or under 20 runs allowed for them. So over the 5 games, do they give up more or less than 20 runs or push?
Let me look at who they're playing.
For a game.
Yeah, it's 4 a game basically.
I feel like they'll go over. I think they'll allow more than 20.
I think they're going to go under.
Yeah, I'll take the under
so?
2.
I'm going over. I think you can play to get teams like Woost, you got teams like Merchants of Death who can mash, and also teams like Das Boot.
They can all kick away.
They can all kick away. They
I
can,
say Mike
yeah.
Tiffany on Sacred Sword can swing away. If you
Yeah,
got the bases
you're
loaded
right.
with him, that's 4 right there.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think over.
The only one, that they may have an easier time as far as keeping the defense, with a standard defense, the Ghosts.
But they have a good, like, with teams that are in those spots, they definitely rely on the bunt, kick. Or at the very least, they don't have as good of place kickers as teams in the top 2. So I think Chalmers' defense is going to be able to take care of all of them.
No, Chalmers is definitely one of the upper echelon teams. They fell into pool 3 just by,
And that's why the
losing the run
question- Yeah.
differentials there. Absolutely.
And
So
a
they
bad
definitely-
half game against
This is a great
Goats.
question, but I
Ben.
still think over.
Over, yeah.
Ben?
I go under, but I think that first game against Das Boot is going to go a long way to
The bellwether.
determine. Yeah, because Das Boot is probably like a fairly good representation of the other teams in the league, especially as the ability to kick is concerned. So if they, if Boot can put up 9 on them or something like that, it just ends up being a high-scoring game. I
Yeah.
think that's
Yeah.
out the window.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, last question. Favorites to win each tier.
Ugh.
One
Great-
tier.
great
Who do you think?
Each pool?
Each tier?
Yeah, the pool.
Okay.
One
So
tier, 2 tier.
Where we start
3
from the
tier.
ones or the sixes?
We'll go 6s. We'll work
Sixes?
our way up.
Do we go just go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 just with me?
Yeah,
or-
yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll go first, if you don't mind. In the sixes, I will go with Johnny's Tavern.
Really?
Yeah.
You're in
Why
that
so?
division, Cougar.
I know. But I saw, look, I saw Johnny's Tavern. Look, I saw Johnny's Tavern. Do they have to learn, do they have to have growing pains to learn the game? They do, because they're a new team. But you're right. I've seen, the talent they have there. They definitely have potential. And if they get harness that, they can really put a hurt in, in the rest of the sixes.
Okay.
So, yeah. Next one's the fives. I got WMPs.
Let's just go all around, and then we'll
Go around. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine.
Aaron,
that's
what do you
fine.
got?
Okay, good.
6 pool, I'm going to pick Asteroid Head. They have the experience and they
Same
have
here.
the talent.
Yeah, I think their defense is pretty solid, better than the rest of these teams. So I'm going to take defense over that. So Asteroid Head.
I'll go with the homies because
Cougar won't.
because of their owner, and because if they do win, then Cougar's going to look foolish.
When do I not look foolish?
Always.
Benjamin, when do I not look foolish? So.
5
Okay.
pool, Cougar.
I like the way you look.
Tier 5.
Tier 5, I'm going to go with, I go with WMPs. Where's my pitches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Honestly, this is probably the hardest one for me to pick. I want to pick late fees.
Okay.
I really do.
I mean, there's really not a bad choice in here other than
Yeah.
bagels.
Yeah, sorry, Ben. We love you.
I'm going with Cougar on this one, going WMP.
I'm going to go with the Franks.
There you go.
They're one really close loss to the Harpies away from being in a different pool.
Yeah.
True.
And I think they have the experience and talent to win this division.
Okay. Rank pool 4, Cougar.
This is the toughest. I'm still racking my brain thinking, who the heck is going to win the division? There's so much parity. Hi, Rick. How you doing? There's so much parity over there.
I'm right here, though. I can hit him.
I know. Yeah, thank you. You too. I don't know why. I had no idea why. I'm going to go Corksuckers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shot in the dark.
Well, I will pick my own team. I will pick Posh Wash, Filthy Animals.
Okay.
Go get your dogs washed at Posh Wash and pick us to win the 4 pool.
Yeah, I think, and all due respect to Corksuckers, because we played them and they seemed like they had their shit together. But just based on what I've seen out of all these teams, and I think I've seen them all play at least once, Poshwash seem to be the most complete team. So I think it's probably theirs to lose.
Okay. I'm going to go Jazz House, which is here. Lovely, 926.5 Massachusetts. $2.50, almost anything on Tuesdays. Thanks, Rick. Woohoo. All right, going to rank pool 3. Cougar.
Let's see.
I mean, for me, it's just one team.
There's one team. It's Chalmers's. The only one that's the biggest threat to Chalmers's is Das Boot.
Yeah.
But I'll go. I love you too, there, Derek. I'm going Chalmers's.
Aaron.
My boyfriend would be really mad if I didn't pick him. So I've
Don't
watched
pick him.
them a few
Don't pick
times.
him. Don't pick him.
I feel like they can.
He got his
they're gonna
cycle.
put
He's
up-
fine.
They're gonna
He got his
put up
cycle
a
against. He's
challenge.
fine.
They're gonna put up a challenge for sure, but Chalmers has it. I think. Love you, baby.
You got your cycle, Derek. Be quiet.
Yeah, I mean, Merchants did well and better than I expected, but not well enough for me to pick them.
Yeah.
Chalmers is, whether you agree with the runs allowed configuration for a 3-team tie or not,
Yeah.
it feels like either A, they got jobbed, or B, they just got put in a division where they don't belong.
Yeah.
But
This isn't the first time this has happened to them either.
Right, but I also think that Das Boot comes from what was probably the toughest division top to bottom, and they
Yeah.
played all those
Yeah.
teams well. You got to remember one of those games out of the 2 that they lost was after they were playing at 5 o'clock and completely worn out when they had to play a doubleheader on
Right.
Yeah.
one of the hottest days of the year.
Yeah, doubleheaders are coming up this season. You get
Yeah.
ready. You better get ready for more doubleheaders.
So I'll pick the Chalmerses, but yeah, I think the game between them and Boot is going to be really interesting.
I would really like to pick the Ghosts, who feature Amy Shales of Sano Massage in
Yeah.
Wellness.
Ah.
SanoMassage.com,
She'll beat your
2201
ass and
West
then she'll
25th
rub it
Street,
down.
Suite H. SanoMassage.com, 785-393-8927. I would really like to pick them, but it's going to be Chalmers's, really.
Yeah, Ghosts have come along though. This is, I could see them finishing second here if they keep it together.
I think they can steal a game against Das Boot. I really do think they
Who
can steal
can?
that game.
Ghosts.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, okay, rank pool 2. Cougar, who do you got?
Boy, this is tough. I guess Red Legs.
You guess Red
You
Legs?
I
guess
guess
Red
Red
Legs?
Legs.
Are you doing it because Finley's giving you the stink eye?
No, it's not. What? I don't know. Maybe it's the intrigue of the Red Legs, the compilation of talent they brought along. It's the same thing. Why I picked Muddy Waters to win the Emily Earhart division.
Okay.
So it's just an intrigue. So, but the D-holes are really good. Squids are really good. And so are the Goats and all that. Red Line, they're injured. Rockets, they're okay. But let's see. I'm going Red Legs.
Okay. Aaron?
Well, Rockets has an employee of Sano Massage and Wellness who literally just started playing kickball this Sunday.
Oh, wow.
So thank you, Thea, for giving us rub downs at Girl on Girl Clinic. But in the pool 2, I'm torn between D-Holes and Love Garden. The only reason I can't give it to Red Line is because I know of their injuries. I think whoever wins D-Holes versus Love Garden is going to have it, and I really
one.
can't choose.
Sure you can.
I have Love Garden. I had the winner of Squids versus Lion, but now what I know about the injuries, I'm going Squids. So there we go. All right,
Yeah,
rank
you can't-
pool 1.
Oh, what do I?
No, you don't. You don't get a voice.
Asshole.
Ben, go ahead, man.
Go ahead, Benjamin.
I mean, I guess so now.
Yeah. Well, and Red Lion wouldn't be the Red Lion if we didn't lose a game in both rank and division
fair.
play
Yeah,
that
you
we were
gotta
supposed to
start
win.
around
So
You got to start around the 10th spot.
sandbagging
to
or
get to the
something?
finals.
no, so yeah, I guess the Squids were really impressive for the first 4 weeks, but they just seemed a little discombobulated last week. And I think if
They
they
did,
have
yeah.
one more of those games in rank play, then it might be over for winning it. I think D-Holes have the talent and experience. I think it's D-Holes to lose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, rank pool 1.
right,
We'll go ahead
Cougar.
and start with Ben.
Don't start with Cougar because he's going to
Don't,
say happy
don't.
shirt.
Oosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with Happy Shirt. I know it's the easy choice, but they've earned it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going with, actually, this is week 8, I believe. So, Happy Shirt, Channel 6, whoever wins that game is most likely going to win the division.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Aaron.
I want to look at who has doubleheaders in week 9 and 10 before I pick. I'm sorry. Go
We
with Cougar.
play, okay, I have it written down here.
You
Hold
have
on
it?
just a second. Give me a second.
Wildman plays Happy Shirt.
Happy
and-
Shirt in Channel 6. Happy Shirt plays Wildman in Free State. Channel 6 plays Wildman in Muddy Waters.
So,
And
Kansas
that's-
Free Care and Channel 6. Okay, go with Cougar. I'm still
Cougar, who
reading.
you got?
You already know it's going to be Happy Shirt.
Yeah.
Next question. Next
Yeah.
question.
I kind of wonder, though, is because Wildman has just played so well
They
to
have,
date. Is this going to be one of those situations where Happy Shirt and Channel 6 both circle that game on their calendars, and then Wildman sneaks up and beats either one or both of them?
Right.
I doubt it because we definitely have to play them in a doubleheader the last weekend.
Okay, here's
So,
the thing.
go ahead.
Kansas Tree Care plays Muddy Water and Free State weeks 9 and 10, and I hate to say that those are probably the two easiest teams to play, but they probably are. If Kansas Tree Care can win weeks 6, 7, and 8, if they can win any of those, they'll probably win.
They have to
weeks
play
9 and
us in
10.
that time too.
Yeah, I know. They have to play all those. They have to beat. Pool 1 is almost impossible to pick. You guys are all really goddamn good. The top 4 teams are the top 4 teams for a reason.
Yep.
How dare you be so good?
God damn you guys.
Gosh darn it.
I'm having a hard time. Happy Shirt just because of
Experience.
experience. Channel 6 just they're so good. It's
Yeah.
hard not to agree with that. So Happy Shirt or Channel 6 for me.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I think that is it with the questions. So we are good. Okay, on to predicting games.
Oh, gotta go quick.
Which is not going to be fun.
No, here, right here.
because- Okay, there we go. There's a sheet that I'm looking for.
YSC 1, 5 o'clock. You ready?
Yeah, YSC 1.
I don't mean to interrupt. Taking a quick cupcake break. Anybody want a cupcake?
I'm good.
I have to eat dinner first.
No thanks.
Also,
Thank
You're like
maybe one.
best toast ever.
Okay, Bagels Brew Ballers, 5 o'clock YSC
wait.
1.
Before we get to that, update on the Pick'em Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone went 2-1 this week because we all picked the same games
sweet.
because we were lame. So overall, Kathy is 8-7. Cougar is 9-6.
Yay.
Ben is 11-4.
Of course he is.
I am 10-5, and Matt is 8-7.
So Kathy's in last place?
Kathy and Matt are tied for last place.
I am the smartest man alive.
You're just lucky.
Okay, here we go. Week 6. YSC 1, 5 o'clock. Bad News Bagels versus Brew Ballers. Coog.
Jesus.
Brew Ballers.
Okay, you have cupcake in your mouth. We'll go to Ben.
Yeah, thank you.
Despite the record, Brew Ballers has played some pretty good games. I'm going to go with them here.
Yeah, Brew Ballers.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Brew Ballers.
Cougar.
Brew Ballers.
God damn it, Cougar.
Eat faster.
Brew Ballers.
Why'd
Brew
you take
Ballers.
another bite, man?
I
You
don't-
knew we were going to come to you in like 10 seconds.
It's
And you
the-
fucking went for another
It's
bite.
delicious. It's delicious. I'm sorry.
Rick just sabotaged
Brew
you.
Ballers. Brew Ballers.
Jesus.
Sorry.
Sabotage.
All right. YSC 1, 7
I'm done,
o'clock.
I'm done.
Johnny's Tavern versus Nick Lerner's Homies.
First
Ben.
of all, where is Tim? I want him
He's
to be
not
out
here
here
right now.
Yeah, he's chickening. I want to talk to him and talk to my former subordinate.
After picking them to
Where's my
beat you guys and
former
win the division, you
Now,
want to
now
smack
that
them.
you picked yourself to come in last in that division.
Damn it, Tim-
You are going to score as many
Timothy.
runs as
Timothy,
you think
whatever
you
your
will.
middle name is, Frederickson. Where are you?
He's not here.
Dang it. Anyway,
Get over it.
So,
No.
Are you picking the other team? After you're wanting smack talk?
No.
Yes.
You know what? Against my former subordinate Tim, homies will win.
Yeah, I like it, Cougar.
There you go.
Aaron.
I think
No
that's-
bounty on
That's
Tim.
a jinx right there. So anytime
is.
Cougar picks, I pick
Probably,
against.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
Johnny's,
probably, yeah.
they got broader shoulders. Jeff should switch teams because, he's
He
got the broad
sucks.
shoulders.
He sucks.
All
right.
Picking homies because Jeff sucks.
Like, Cougar,
Oh, yeah.
has Cougar gone 5 for 5 in picking his games this year?
No, I picked the homies to beat the Harpies just by default.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with the homies, too. I think that
Yeah, I'm
this
going
is the
homies.
first game in their March to 31st best team in the league.
Yay.
All right, YSC 1, 7 o'clock. Johnny's Tavern versus. Oh, wait, shit. Never mind.
YSC
2.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, Liberty Hall versus Leeway Franks.
Why is
Coog.
the print here so small?
I'm going to Leeway Franks, and they will win by 6.
I'm going
Aaron.
I'm going Liberty Hall and a much closer score.
Ben.
Yeah, Frank's by 5.
Yeah, I'm going Franks. I love you,
Franks
Liberty.
over Fees.
I'm the
Yeah,
odd
yeah,
man
yeah.
out
I
so
mean,
far.
I
I'm
love
just
you,
going with
Liberty
whatever
Hall,
they
but I
are
want to pick
against.
you, but going Leeway Franks. All right.
Repetition grandstand.
YSC 2, 7 o'clock, repetition versus grandstand, which is the first pick in our Pick'em Challenge this week, Cougar.
Really? Well, someone's not win this game. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the
Catch a cougar by the toe.
Catch a cougar by his toe, exactly.
Let's go.
You know what? Repetition coffee.
There you go. I'm going grandstand.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to go repetition. Repetition.
Yeah, I will, too, because it makes it easier to stay in the lead.
Seriously.
Are you really playing that game already? Come on, Ben.
Yes.
No, seriously. And part of this is just because I haven't seen Grandstand play this year, but
Yeah.
just based on the scores,
Yeah.
I think I have to go with
I've seen
repetition.
grandstand play a couple
Twice,
innings.
yeah.
He just, God.
No, yeah.
And
Yeah.
from the scores that I've seen, repetition's been able to hang with teams, even though sometimes they got blown out.
Well, they can score.
Yeah,
is the
exactly.
thing,
They
yeah.
can score, and really at this point in the year, I would say being able to score kind of trumps having a decent defense when you're down.
Yeah.
When you're down in playing against other 5 and 6 seeds.
Repetition does
And
have
at the
great
top, it's the
base
exact
running.
opposite.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
That'll help against grandstand, yeah.
that being said, YSC 3, 5 o'clock, Wildman versus Muddy Waters, which, just letting you know, this may not happen this weekend.
What's that?
This game might be postponed.
Yes, this game most likely will be postponed because Muddy Waters will be missing a lot of people, and there will be, there will be 7 people from Wildman in Denver this weekend playing kickball, so we most likely will play this.
They're going to
next
try
Sunday.
to reschedule.
I heard they were missing 6 players.
Where are
Is
the
that
people
correct?
from Muddy Waters
Both,
going to be?
both
Why
teams
don't-
are missing a
I
large
do
number
not
of players.
know. It was not confirmed.
You guys
as
should
to
just
where
play
they're
the
gonna
game
be.
in Denver.
Yeah, we could do that, but
Well,
yeah.
they can play this game anytime between now and August 7th.
And we're figuring
So-
that out right now. From what I know, most likely it'll be the next weekend, but we do not know for sure.
Just make sure you clear it with the board so we can get you some lined fields.
Yeah. Moving on.
And rest.
Yep.
YSC 3, 7 o'clock, second game of the Pick'em Challenge. Das Boot
Yeah,
versus
we didn't
Mario
pick anybody 'cause the game might not happen.
Chalmers.
Yeah.
I think already the winner of this will win the rank play too. And I love you too, Derek.
For anybody that can't hear him, Derek is
Derek
just
is fuck
screaming
you,
obscenities.
Okay,
and
you
making
got your cycle. Be
gestures.
quiet, Derek. You got your cycle. Come on. Anyways,
We got
I'm going Chalmers's by 4 because I believe those two played in that wacky rivalry week 11 a few years ago, and Chalmers has won. So
Okay.
they'll do it again.
Okay. Aaron?
4.
Chalmers.
I got Chalmers as well. Ben?
So do I.
Not gaining ground on you.
God, he's
son of a
such a-
bitch.
I would have
Letting
picked
him
them
pick
anyway.
last.
Yeah,
You can pick
exactly.
first.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go. YSC 4, 5 o'clock, Merchants versus Sacred S-Word, Coog.
Sacred S Word had a nice run after losing to Red Line and Free State. That being said, MODs, they're more proven. They had a nice little win against Poshwash. But that being said, I got MODs winning by 4.
Aaron?
Love you too.
Yeah, merchants. Yeah.
Of
course you're gonna pick them.
Well, no, because I love
You
Josh.
homer.
Josh Ritten is adorable. You got to pick him.
Home is where the heart on is.
He is.
Okay.
All right, I'm going Sacred S Word because I used to play for them. Ben.
Yeah, I'll
Wait,
go with
Homer.
Sword too. I think they've come on really strong these past few weeks, and I'd look to see them keep it rolling and piss Derek off even more.
That and you just
All
don't want to
right.
give Cougar,
Yep.
Cougar and CJ a chance to catch up.
God, you're such a
This
dick.
Yeah, this isn't a
This
pick 'em
isn't
game.
a pick'em game.
No, it's not. No, it's
Yeah,
still a dick,
YSC 4, 7 o'clock, Free State versus Channel 6. Coog.
Free State, welcome to one. It's Channel 6 by 10. Moving on.
Yeah, there we go.
Channel 6.
Sorry, guys.
It's
Yeah, I got
going to be a
Channel
learning
6.
experience, guys. Channel
Pretty
6.
much.
Good luck, guys, but yeah, you guys are
Yeah.
going to win.
Free State has good D and they can kick. I just think Channel 6 is on a mission here, and that mission doesn't end until they get to play Happy Shirt.
This probably is going to be like a statement game, too, so it's going to be
48-2, wasn't it?
yeah. No, even
Different
more so,
kind of statement.
even more so because it is the 1 seeds.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm taking
Yeah.
Channel 6.
Yeah.
Although, good luck, Free State.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Seriously,
yeah.
good luck,
Play
yeah.
your hardest.
Seth,
so.
I love you.
God
All
bless you.
right.
God bless
Holcomb
you
left,
guys.
5 o'clock. Rockets versus the depleted Red Lion. Ben.
Wow.
Just based on what I've seen, I think Rockets and Free State would actually be a pretty good match for each other, which is both to say that they're both really good, but maybe not top 4 good yet,
Wait.
and yet both improving. I think, with our team in the shape it's in right now, I think I probably have to say the Rockets have the better chance of winning here.
I mean, going Red Lion, but yeah, it's going to be a close game. Like, I'm going to say Red Lion wins by like a late run or like insurance runs, basically. That's what I think. Aaron.
I think it's going to be close, but knowing about the injuries, I hate to do it, but I'm going to pick Rockets.
Coog.
Rockets by 3. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Holcomb left. Basically, if you are not there, you are crazy.
Or playing kickball on
Or-
another field.
Or reffing.
That too.
Or reffing.
You're pretty crazy. Like, skip your game. Watch this game. 7 o'clock. Holcomb left. Holcomb left? Really? This game's on Holcomb left? Good God.
Welcome to the machine.
That's
and I get to rep this
Man,
bad boy.
this sucks so much.
Don't-
KTC
You know what? You're
versus
playing
Happy
on a short
Shirt.
field, too.
Yeah.
YSC3 is just as short.
I believe that last year they got into extra innings, and Happy Shirt won 3-2. I think in 11 innings, I believe, last year.
Sure. I can make
It's
stuff
gonna
up,
be
too.
short. It's gonna be a close game. Happy Shirt, they always beat KTC in the ranked play. They'll continue. Happy Shirt by 2.
Aaron.
I'm going to pick Happy Shirt. It's going to be close.
I hate this shit. Just because,
You asked to be here, sir.
yes, I know, but like it's one of those things where like Holcomb left is such a weird field to play on, especially when you're playing against another top team. So
Who do you think is more
Which way
capable
is
of
the wind
kicking it
blowing?
over?
I really don't. Neither, really.
Flip a coin.
Oh, Happy Shirt, really.
Okay.
More than the other, more than KTC. KTC relies more on their speed than Happy Shirt, so I'm going to say Happy Shirt by 1.
Yeah.
Just because it's such a wonky field.
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah, KTC looked really good.
Yeah, they look
They
really
did,
good.
yeah.
Like, I'd much rather would have seen this on, like, Holcomb red, gold, or blue, or, like, that would have been a much better venue for this game than Holcomb left.
Yeah.
We don't have access to those fields this week.
Yeah,
So
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Tough shit.
Or Lions.
Yeah, I picked Happy Shirt to win the division, so I think it has to start here. I'll
Yeah.
stick with them.
Okay. Holcomb right, 5 o'clock. Asteroid Head versus Leafy Greens. Coog.
Leafy Greens, welcome to 6s. Astrohead by 9.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, Aaron.
Asteroid Head vitalized by kombucha.
Vitalized.
Yeah. Yeah,
Vitalized.
they're probably going to win this game.
Yeah, I'm going Asteroid Head.
Yeah, give them head all the way.
Yeah.
Golly.
High five.
Had to be said sooner or later.
Holcomb right, 7 o'clock. Jazz House, 926 and a half Massachusetts. Thank you, Rick, for letting us come here every week. Versus the Rats.
This is the Vengeance game round 2 because last year it was Brad versus Jazz House, and Brad won last year. Sorry,
Brad all by himself.
Brad all by himself. Yeah, he personally beat.
Use the Emergency Play Act and count it as.
Yeah, exactly. In round 2, Will Jazz House get their vengeance? No, Rats by 1. Sorry, Rick.
Jesus, Coog. Aaron.
Cougar, you're the most non-threatening Machiavellian motherfucker I've ever met.
Pretty much, yeah.
I love you.
Aaron.
I am going to pick Jazz House for this one.
I got Jazz House as well. Like, I think their ladies are better, so
Yeah.
really, when it comes to games like this, ladies trump most things. So.
Yeah. Jazz House had a really rough start, but they seem to be getting better as the season goes on. I think they could win this one.
Yep, definitely. All right, Lions East, 5 o'clock, last game of the Pick'em Challenge. Red Legs versus Hertz Donut. Coog, who you got?
Boy, this is tough. I did pick Red Legs to win this division. I think this division will be one of those deals where it'll be so wacky where everyone has like weird losses where they all beat each other somehow. With that being said, I got Hearthstone D-holes. This time, they'll win by 1. It'll be that close.
Okay.
Red Legs will win by technicality by a tiebreaker, just like the
Okay. Just because I want to know what your pick is. Ben, who you got?
Is everybody healthy, Alex? Is everybody healthy?
Aries not going to be there. And Dave. And Kelsey.
Dover doesn't matter.
Oh.
Ouch.
That might actually help. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I rode you, James, until that last week. And now that you've lost one, I can't pick you again until you prove me wrong. So
There you go.
I'll go with the experience and the D holes, but I think this is probably going to be a pretty close game. I'll say D holes by 2.
Okay. Just for the sake of me trying to catch up, I'm picking Red Legs.
There you go.
I want to ask a question before I pick Alex. If Aerie and Dover are both going to be gone, who's going to be the stand-in captain? Bickle and you.
Brian,
See, I was gonna pick Red Legs to win the battle of arguing with the refs, but if
Bickle-
Bickle's a co-captain, I don't know if I can do that either.
If Bickle and
Kicking
Hammond
it old
are,
school this week with Bickle there.
Yeah, if Bickle and Hammond are captains, I'm going E-holes all the way.
Yeah. All right.
Oh my
Lions
gosh.
East, 7 o'clock. Los Matadores versus Harpies. Coog.
This will be a close game. You said that Harpies have a great chance to beat Matadores. They do. That being
Come
said,
on,
I got Matadores.
hurry up and just say Matadores.
Yeah, quit drawing out.
Matadores got for 2. Matadores by 2.
Bored listening to you. Harpies.
I know.
Harpies is going to win this one.
Yeah, I got Harpies, man. Like, I just want them to win this game so bad.
Yeah, in honor of Ladies Week, Lady Birds all the way.
Yeah.
There we go.
I like that.
Lions West, 5 o'clock. Go Ats versus Love Garden. Coog.
Yikes.
Are you really?
Squids by
Right?
2. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, Squids.
Squids by
Okay,
2.
Aaron.
I'm also going to give this one to the Squids.
Squids. Ben.
God, they shat the bed so badly last week, though.
Yeah, they did.
And I haven't seen the Goats play yet.
There's not going to be an audience at this game, so.
Maybe I'm talking out of turn. This seems like it might be the most closely matched game of the week, though. Maybe it's just because I know the least about them.
Yeah.
I'll go with the Goats since you guys are picking Love Garden.
There we go.
Plus, I made fun of Scott earlier, so I probably owe him
Yeah,
one.
you all won. Yeah, you do.
All right, Lions West, 7 o'clock. Corksuckers versus Working at the Posh Wash.
Posh wash.
Yep.
Cool.
I picked Corksuckers to win with the 5s, and with that being said, start with Poshwaz. It'll be a tough game.
How did you pick them to win the 5s when they're in the 4s?
They're in the 4s, excuse me. They're in the 4s. My
Sucks,
mistake.
man.
I know.
Bad at this.
Yeah, my bad. So they're in the 4s.
I mean, if you're in the 4s, technically you've won the 5s.
You won the 5s, exactly. That's true. It'll be a tough game. I got Corksuckers by 3.
Aaron.
Posh wash. Duh.
Homer.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going Corksuckers. Ben.
Yeah, I think because I picked Poshwash to win the division again. I think this might be the top 2 teams in the rank, and they play the first week. This might be for everything. So I'm going to go with Poshwash.
Okay.
Puppies.
Yeah.
Hobbs, undercard for Game of the Week, 7 o'clock. Ghosts versus Woost.
Killer
Let's
game.
Ghost versus Woost.
Ghosts, who feature Amy Shales, owner of
Santa Massage and Wellness. Check them out, santamassage.com, if you want to book an appointment. $50 massages for KBKL members this year for an hour. She will do 30, 60, and 90 minutes, and she will work out anything you got that's any kind of sports injury. Trust me, go to her. It's worth it.
Here's a
It's
tip.
worth your time.
Instead of yelling at the refs, just build up all that tension inside and then let her rub it out.
Right?
Exactly. You can find them at
sounds so
2201 West 25th Street, Suite H. Call them at 753938927. Cougar, who you got in this game, though?
Ghost, welcome to threes. Woos, they'll win by 8.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Really?
8?
Woos can mash. They can mash.
I do think this will be a close game. I got Woost.
If they can if Ghosts can avoid Dan wherever he's playing out
Yeah,
in
don't kick it to
defense,
Dan.
Don't kick it to Dan.
Everybody knows
You'll
that.
be fine. I got
common
Ghosts in
knowledge.
this one.
He'll be in
Oh,
Denver.
that's right. Dan's going to be in Denver. Never mind. I got Goose all the way.
Whoa, wait.
Whoa!
Ghosts all the way.
Yeah, Ghosts.
No, I'll still go Woos by 2. Woos by 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's still hurt.
Woost has a lot of good
Woos
players
by
on
1?
it.
Just change my pick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Changes
Woost-
everything.
Woost has a lot of good players on it, but I think Ghosts are the more complete team top to bottom. So
Yeah.
I think it's Ghosts in a pretty close one, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Game of the week. Hobbs, 9 o'clock. Screamers versus, where's my pitches? Cougar.
Where are they at?
Or I don't know. WMPs by 6.
Yeah.
I know that Screamers want to win this really bad. So I'm going to go with Screamers. You guys better bring it.
Sorry. Jesus. All right. I got, fuck. Ben, what do you got? I have no idea just yet. So, Ben, what do you got?
I got the Mots. What do you got? Shit, I don't know how to pick this game. I haven't seen either of these teams play. I'll go with Screamers because they seem to give more of a shit. I guess, I don't know. So Where's My Pitches has been such a big disappointment for me this year. I think I'd have to go with the
How
Screamers.
dare they disappoint you?
That's right.
Disappoint you. What are you talking about?
As always, it's all about me. Well, I thought they were going to be a lot better than their record indicates now.
Yeah, I know. I'm taking Where's My Pitches because I think now that they're going to be playing against teams in their own kind of their peers, basically.
Yeah, that's
that they'll be playing a lot better.
Screamers
so.
has played some really good games, though.
Yeah, but obviously I'm a homer, and I played with Ballin.
gotta pick your boys.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Gotta
So
pick
I'm
them.
going with Where's
it's
My
all
Pitches.
about you.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about me. Bringing it back.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
right.
tough games to pick this week.
So
guys.
that is all the games. I think that is
The
it.
picks are just going to get tougher.
They are. They are.
Yep.
We'll just wait for that last week. That
Right?
last week is
It's
going
gonna
to be
be
fun.
Oh,
rough.
God. Are we going to have a monster podcast for that
You're
since we
gonna
have to
have-
pick 36
Don't-
games?
I think so. We're gonna have
man.
have like 6 games for the Pick'em challenge. So,
Charge your batteries, grab a bucket of popcorn. This
Yeah,
bitch is running
exactly.
along.
Well, don't forget you have Cougar After
All
Dark
right.
coming up, too.
once again,
Oh, yeah, that.
thank you to Amy Shales and Santa Massage and Wellness. SantaMassage.com, SANO Massage.com, 2201 West 25th Street, Suite H, 753938927.
Yeah.
Also, thank you so much to Rick here at the Jazz House.
Thank you, Jazz House.
926.5
Thanks for the
mass.
cupcake,
You're the
Rick.
best.
Yes, thank you for letting us come here and sully your place for a couple hours each week.
Thank you for letting us buy $250 almost anything.
Yes, yes.
Unbeatable special.
Yes, pretty much. for
Can
the
we
most part.
can we get in like a quick plug real quick too? If you guys listen to the podcast on Tuesdays, then tune in tomorrow for the ladies podcast. If you
Yes.
listen to one
Yes,
all year,
definitely.
it should probably be that one. It's
They're-
pretty often hilarious.
Here,
and completely
over
different
over
from this
under
one.
50 curse words in that podcast.
Over.
Whoa, way over.
Hey,
50's
that's-
a lot.
no, 50
50's a
curse
lot.
words in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Totally.
the FCC
40 by
already has
Chelsea,
its layer.
40 by
I mean,
Chelsea.
like, it's going to be
Jeez.
wildly inappropriate.
Oh
it's
my
going to be
gosh.
great.
A lot of dick talk.
We're talking like,
Well, how long have we been here?
At
An hour and
least
a half?
2 hours.
Easy.
and
my
if you
God.
like
Easy.
drunk, like, if you want to hear people just get progressively drunk
Drunker.
throughout the entire
Yeah.
night, throughout the entire podcast,
Yeah.
listen to that one.
Yeah, Mixler, mixlr.com/kvkl. Give it a listen. You'll enjoy it.
I blush every
Yeah.
time I
Promise
listen
you.
to it. I'm not
Cougar's
drunk.
not invited.
No, I
No.
don't want to be. I'll blush and faint.
I know that we're
So
we're trying
many-
to end it, but we do need to just remind people to check the KVKL website and check the PDF of the schedule. Make sure you know where your roughing assignments are for the rest of the season.
Yeah, definitely, especially that last week. So, yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, basically that last week, just fucking make yourself available if you can. 'Cause it's going to be a
Yeah.
bad
Pretty much.
house.
It's gonna be ridiculous. Okay. Anyways, thank you to Jason Cougar Kwong,
Frogs suck, France.
Aaron Airbear Adams,
Don't be a pokey zombie.
Ben Hutnick.
Lion.
The hell?
I am CJ Cobra Kai. Thanks, guys, for listening to the
Kickball podcast.
Happy
Kickball
Kickball.
podcast.
I
Downtown
may or
Lawrence.
may not be a tad buzzed right now. Thanks, guys.
Woo! Meow.
That ran really wild, man.
We went over an hour.
Deuces. Love you, ladies.